Hello everybody and welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. Guys, before I jump into the video today, make sure as always to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and also check out our sponsor Advantage Sports. Link can be found in the description below for all your combat sports needs. Absolutely great sponsor to the channel and also a great combat sports store, so make sure to check them out. It has been an absolutely crazy couple of days, hasn't it, really, in the boxing world. Tyson Fury has been speaking the most about this situation that's going on in the heavyweight division and giving us a bit of information that we have been really hoping for. And it looks like now the way things are going, Anthony Joshua today has turned down the money that was put up for basically him to step aside, allow Usyk and Fury to have an undisputed with the winner fighting AJ. AJ doesn't want to wait around. I think in AJ's mind, maybe he wants to get that money for Usyk. He's probably confident he can beat Usyk, and then that would lead on to a fight with Tyson Fury or Dillian Whyte, depending on who you think would win in that fight. So, of course, that does now mean that we are going to be seeing a rematch of Joshua versus Usyk. We're also going to be, I thought I got that wrong then. We're also going to be seeing a rematch of, not a rematch, we're going to be seeing a match of Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte for the first time. Dillian Whyte finally getting his opportunity in the heavyweight division. He's waited so long, hasn't he, for the title shot. It's really long overdue. And it does look like it's going to happen in the first half of this year. Both fights will go through, I think, in the first part of this year. Be interested to see where Fury Whyte would take place. I think Joshua Usyk will probably take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you would imagine. But yeah, obviously Fury versus Whyte, that's going to be a massive sellout as well. You feel that could probably do a major stadium in the UK or maybe elsewhere, depending on, Saudi Arabia, I'm sure will be kind of proposition to Fury. Maybe America. I don't know if they're bringing the audience without, obviously, Fury's a big name there. Maybe not so much so Whyte at the moment. But, of course, it does mean that it is exciting times finally for the heavyweight division. We have waited for the best to fight the best. And we're going to get two blockbuster fights in the early part of 2022. Something that really is long overdue. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, Tyson Fury has been speaking out about this. Firstly, hitting out at AJ and Eddie Hearn, saying that you guys have cost yourselves 67 million. I'm not too sure what that in the context of that, but I think he's saying basically that money would have been the step aside. Maybe he's also talking about the fact that would have guaranteed a super fight. Maybe that's up in the air now. If Tyson Fury does go on to beat Dillian Whyte, maybe Tyson Fury would go, no, not going to take that super fight now. I'm going to go do something else. Of course, he has been linked with a fight with a very known UFC fighter as well, which perhaps could be where he goes next with this story. Or maybe he's kind of thrown out a shot saying, well, you're going to lose to Usyk, aren't you? You're going to fumble that once again. And then, of course, well, I'm going for undisputed, so I'll be fighting Usyk in the summer. You've lost out on one of the biggest fights in UK history. He's also took shots at Usyk as well, blaming him for the reason that Joshua hasn't took the step aside money. And also basically saying that he's going to absolutely obliterate, I think his words was, Dillian Whyte in what's going to be a huge blockbuster English clash in the first half of 2022. Of course, this is going to mean that things hopefully now will accelerate quickly. Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, well, that's going to go back to that scenario, isn't it? Those guys having to talk out the terms and conditions. Obviously, they were already having problems doing so. They've been given an extra 48 hours now to get that resolved. So we should be hearing news of that sooner rather than later. Definitely by the end of the week, you'd hopefully say. And hopefully they can just get a deal put together. I know Fury only wanted to pay him 20%. That feels a bit slim for me. Okay, Fury might be the bigger name, but 20%, I think he needs to offer more. He really does. And of course, it will cause a bit of a fight between Matchroom and I guess Matchroom and then also BT Sports once again under Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn. So we're going to see that bit of a tie up to who actually gets the rights to the fight as well. So as I was saying, a massive start to the 2022 in the heavyweight division. Guys, let me know in the comments, is this the way that you wanted this to go? Are you happy about the result? Or did you want to see Usyk fight Fury so we could then see the best all meet the best? Eventually, you know, obviously initially that would have meant that Fury would have met Joshua in late summer, I think it was, and then eventually we would have seen the winner of that get the fight against, obviously, Dillian Whyte. So are you happy with that outcome? Are you happy with the outcome that now we're going to see Joshua, Usyk, Whyte Fury? Or are you quite disappointed that it didn't go that other way that was perhaps proposed? Are you now looking forward to the heavyweight division a bit more? Let me know in the comments. Remember to hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And as I said, make sure to check out Advantage Sports. Description link can be found in the description below. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.